Good afternoon, gentlemen. This way again, sorry I haven't been about at the moment. This is because I've actually COVID, unfortunately, and this is my last day of sort of quarantine, so let's see if I can take a test and see if I'm still alright. I feel a lot better than what I did, but it's just while I have my injections because bloody hell was I ill. I've never sweated so much in my life. Right, beside the point, this is quite a special video. This is for, we should have been last week again with me having COVID. I couldn't do it. I've been asked to be a brand ambassador for a new modelling company. So I bought this, I'm a brand ambassador to Scalemodel HQ, www.scalemodelhq. Is it .co.com? I think. Let me just check. Useless as normal, absolutely useless. Yeah, I think it's .co.uk. I'm 100% sure, but I'll find out. But yeah, definitely it's Scalemodel HQ. It's a new brand, dealing all sorts of things. Still got models, I've got tools, little bits and pieces for different scales, and like I said, they're gradually increasing their inventory each week. So you know, it's worth having a look. And if you decide to buy anything through the site, obviously I'll leave a link into the site in the comments. You'll get a 10% discount using my my code, which is Greg65. Again, I will leave that in the description box, so you get 10% off anything. So it's worth having a look. So let's have a look what I've been sent to start off with. Just a few new tools that I've never seen a few of them. They're all branded now. They're all branded by. They're all Chinese, but they're being rebranded by Scalemodel HQ. So without further ado, let's have a look at what we've actually got. I know what they're used for. I've had a good look around and seeing what things are for. But yeah, some nice little toys, and cheap as well. You know, a lot of these things are not on the market even in the UK stores. Some of them. So these, if I remember rightly, glue, you know, to put glue on with, all the small attachments at the top. Very flexible as well. So let's just cut one out. Any will do, I suppose. It's just a 4-edged thread again. Oh, I must get my knife blade changed. Like that. One more. Oh, can't see if we're looking again. So I'm a bit shaky because I'm still not 100% yet. So what you do with these, it's make like little handles. You press that little tab in there, and just press it in so it's. And again, you see, then you can stand them up as well. See what I mean by it? You can stand them up. Let me just move these out of the way. Now, yeah. So there's like in any glue on, there's a super glue. Got all the different heads on them. If you see all the different sort of heads and shapes and sizes, obviously they're wipeable clean, so they'll last quite a long time. There's different ones. See all the different sort of shaped heads on the top to put the glue with. So yeah, and you say once you've got decided what you want to use, you cut them out and you just a little press tab there, and it stands, so you're not getting glue on the table when you've got it on, if you know what I mean. See, sorry, you've got that there. It's quite a nice handy little tool. And then obviously just say let's have a look. That's what we got to do. Let's have a look at this figure here. And let's say you got a, if I can get off the bloody thing. You're all figured I'm starting painting at the moment. Well, I have been, but yeah, you see you've got a little pouch there, and you can just dab it in. It's still like a cocktail stick, but you've got more application. You know how you can do it from the different angles. So you just, you know, obviously touch underneath, things like that. It's a really handy little tool. It really is a handy little tool. I say you can stand it up, and so the glue's actually not marking your cutting mat or anything else that you're using. So yeah, that's what I thought. So there's how many in the set? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, actually 11 with this one in here. So we've got 11 of those, and I say they're all different sizes. They all come from China, but I think if I'm not mistaken, this new company is probably one of the only companies that's got the selling rights to them, if you know what I mean. They can sell them. So that's the first little tool, which is quite a handy little thing to have. This one is a little scraper. I think I've actually seen these being used. I think I've got a bigger one or a smaller one than this, but they are very useful once you get into them. And again, with the deliveries, there's all sorts of different delivery charges, and if you spend over 50 quid, I think it is free delivery. There's different postage options, obviously, for UK and for around the world. So we have here, it's like basically scribers, these ones are. And again, it's nice again, got, you know, thick enough. You know what I mean? You don't want it too thick. It's rigid, but this is nice, a nice thickness. And then you see you've got the nice sharp points for the. I haven't got anything like that to use. Oh yeah, this old pencil, little might do. So, you know, you just say you want to scribe out that line there. Let me see. Yeah, it's just an old pamphlet. You just, you know, there's no point in showing me. You just drag it basically. And again, you got all the different angle ones to do that with as well. So I could come in and I would think more for the aircraft modeler than the armour modeler, but we'll be using it in other applications. I'm sure we can. So that's another little tool by Alexan Models, I think they are. Yeah, Alexan Models, which are from China, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a little scriber. That's nice and easy to use. Right. On here, this is the one I've been looking forward to using actually. I just want to test it, as they say. I haven't seen this before, but these, or this, it's not a condom. You used to put on your fingers. Just say you were cutting. Let's have a look. Go on your thumb. It's quite stretchy material, so you know you can put it down your finger or thumb or whatever, and just say you're scraping away or cutting something off like that, and you slip. What's the normal thing you do? Cut right through your finger, but won't stop a point to a certain degree, but it'll certainly stop a slice. So cut your fit so you can protect your fingers. But yeah, I'm quite confident in that. Yeah, so I'm putting a bit of pressure on there, and perfect. Handy tool to have, and say it's just when you say you're doing something you need to get in close, and you know you're gonna have to scribe and cut a piece off, and then you might slip, you just straight into it, don't it? Really, at an angle. So that's going to protect your fingers for a good length of time. That, I don't know what kind of material it is. It's like a I don't know, nylon. We used to use something when I was a chef by trade when I was younger. We used to have these metal chain gloves as well when we were doing the butchering, which is to stop you from stabbing yourself and things. But I suppose it's on the same principle as that. So that's another little tool which is worth having in your inventory. And then we have here this is for 172 scale and 144th scale. It's basically a barrel scraper, I think, more than anything. Obviously we can still use them for the smaller barrels in the 135th scale range. We can use which is a proper scale, Mr. Wood, if you're listening. It's a man's scale. So you've got the lyrics again. This is made by Alexan Model again, and you can see it's quite small, but you got all of the shapes of the different size barrels and things like that for taking the seam lines out and all that kind of stuff, which is nice little bit of kit. I think I have one myself for the 135th, but I haven't got any little barrels or anything. Nothing at all like that. Whole thing. Basically, you just cocktail stick and just find the sort of diameter of your barrel, and you can just, you know, up and down your barrel length, and it'll take your seam out. So yeah, a handy little tool. Certainly worth keeping again, say for the 170 suit. It's definitely 1/72nd scale and 1/44th scale, so you got the options there for that as well. So, and last but not least, we do have some stencils for scratches, leaks, well, more scratches I think than anything else. Again, they're metal. I've seen these being used again. Come in handy, you know, if you're not confident enough of doing your own sort of scratches and things like that. You've got a good stencil here again. We've got different ones. Again, these are from Scalemodel, and they're thin enough to use, but not chunky, so they will sort of maybe bend a little bend slightly to you once you tape it down, so you're gonna be too rigid, you can't do it. So there's all sorts of different lines, take them all off into bits, and there's all different variations in scratches, cuts and things like that for, I would say, more than 35 scale upwards, really. But there's that option there as well, if you're not confident enough and you just want to, maybe on a shirt or something like that, you'll well, I do have some shirts in here, but these are off the kit I'm building at the moment, so which is for the Panther, so I'll go back to it eventually again. I haven't done any sort of ideal size look for your, you put it on, you tape it round, you stencil, and you spray from one side, and then you have the pattern on the back of just shirts and plate, but anything really, any armour plate on any vehicle you're doing, you can just twist them and bend like that and they come apart, so you can do all sorts with them. It's quite a nice little tool to have as well. So yeah, so what I've seen recently is, and I've obviously been onto the site, and the inventory is growing. It's growing with different tools, different model kits, aircraft as well as armour, other little bits and pieces. I say it's a fledgling company, so there's quite a lot on there for the first companies to start off with. So it's worth going and have a look. So I'll leave all the links to the site and all in the description, as well as the my discount code, which should be Greg65, capital G REG 65, somewhat simple to remember, and you got 10% off. Yeah, the gentleman that runs it is a nice chap. He's down south, I believe. Really nice guy. I don't know, it's not just me being a brand ambassador, there's quite a few of us, but it was nice to be asked, and of course I jumped at the chance to do find some new tools and things. So thank you very much for tuning in and looking at this new company, and I say it's worth your while having a look, and say it's based in the UK as well, so there's no silly postage prices and things like that, and there's different postage prices, and like I say, I think it's over 50 quid, it's a free delivery. But remember, you get that 10% off as well with whatever you buy for. There's lots of, I think they've got the rights to sell all the metal tracks that come from China. Is it R models? Yeah, R models, which I do have. I did them on the last ones I used were on the T3485 that I did, and they're probably better than frill because you get pins. Most of them you get actual brass pins that go into it, so there's no wiring, and you don't have to drill them like you do same with frill tracks. But these are just bang bang bang. They say they're easy to do, and I found it so easy to do with the T34 with the pins. Absolutely fantastic. So there's a good selection on there as well, a very good selection, so have a look at those as well. So that's me rambling a bit now, so I'm going to take my time now, because I say this is sort of the first time I've sat down at the desk, apart from yesterday. We've not been very well, so I'm not pushing my luck, as they say. So we'll do an update to the Panther probably the next day or so, once I get myself back into where I was at. So thank you once again for tuning in, and I give this company a look. It's Scalemodel HQ, and I said they're an English company as well, so which is nice. and they have all sorts of different bits and bobs, so please take a look. So it's Greg signing off, and we'll see you very soon with an update for the Panther.